And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Webcasting Dead. We have Ellen, we have Amy, we have Henry, and we have me and Lucille.
Yeah.
Lucille, special guest star Lucille.
Oh my goodness.
This is the web.
Where'd you get that?
It's at the mall, FYE, my local mall. And they had them. It's an exact replica. Check your local mall or GameStop. GameStop is another place.
Yeah,
that has
GameStop has them. They have a lot of cool stuff. I was just in there on Tuesday. They have a lot of new items in there. You'd probably check them.
All right.
Mini drop-der.
This is my loose
All right.
bill. That's as much as I can collect.
All right. This is the Webcasting Dead, episode 3, season 8, Monsters. And by golly, what in the hell did they do to Morales? They hyped him up, only to kill him off in the first 5 minutes. So, my question is, and I had this question last week. I mean, I had to Google search Morales. I completely forgot about him because he was way back in season 1. And, you know, they just took off. Yeah, way back.
I was shocked when I saw him pop up. I'm like, what the hell? Where'd he come from?
Yeah.
You guys knew? Did you guys remember him?
Yeah, I remember.
I remembered.
Away. They got in a car. They weren't going to do the same thing as the rest of the group. I remember that.
What?
I completely
forgot
about it.
Station wagon almost?
It was like an RV.
Station wagon back then? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Was it the RV? Station wagon, RV? It was one of the things. But I completely forgot about him. He just, never crossed my mind after that whole sequence of events of him leaving and Rick giving him the supplies and everything. I didn't really care. I mean, I thought maybe his arc was concluded, but apparently not. He came back and he told his story. He said that he lost his family and that he aligned himself with the Saviors. And basically he was just there to tell Rick that he's changed, that, he changed ever since Atlanta. And then that's when Daryl shot him in the head with a crossbow.
Well, Rick asked him, he said, "Are you Negan?" And Morales kind of says, "Well, after all the stuff I've been through and after the fact that they took me in, yes, I'm Negan." Mm-hmm. So it was like, well, there's really no hope for him. I mean, he is, he's part of that. There wasn't going to be any negotiation, I don't think. I don't think Rick was going to be able to negotiate his way out of it. He tried to negotiate his way out of it, but yeah, I didn't see any. I did not see that happening. I did not see him being able to negotiate, and bullshit his way out of it. So
yeah,
I guess Daryl felt like he didn't have much of a choice.
That was part of, I think, Morales being there, because that's not the only time Daryl shoots somebody. Rick doesn't want shot. And Rick is just like, WTF. And Daryl's just... And this is a recurring theme with other characters in this episode. Kill or not kill. But, you can see where Morales would be coming from. It's either you're out on your own or you have a group. And you could see from their perspective, being within Negan's group, that they have a life, they have safety, they have everything they need, and Negan's been good to them, and Rick is the enemy. Rick is the bad guy. You could see it from their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know how they could, though. I mean, just the things that go on in Negan's place, I don't think people really are happy there. They looked miserable to me.
Some of them, yeah, but others, it's indoctrination.
Well, if you guys remember, order. Back, if you remember last season, Negan say, "Follow the rules. Nothing will become of you guys. Just follow the rules."
Right.
And that's it. And that's what they do. They follow the rules. They obey Negan, and that's all they need to do.
Oh, so
and if you don't follow the rules, if you don't follow the rules, you're gonna get Lucille or the iron.
I would have stabbed him in the throat a long time ago.
There are people who can't deal. There are people who can't deal, but he has to make himself scary enough, excuse me, to keep control. And that control keeps other people feel like makes other people feel safe. Others like, what's her
Rick
face?
has kept control, and Rick's people don't do that. The things that Negan does. I mean, I don't.
But as far as they're
don't
concerned,
like
he
Negan.
does. You know, when they went in that outpost and killed everybody in their sleep. To these guys, that's like uncalled for BS. You know, I'm Team Rick, but don't misunderstand. I'm just saying that once you're in a group, it's your home, it's your safety, it's everything. You know, you see, I've been watching American Horror Story, and it's about people joining cults. And this is when they don't even need to. They don't need to find some group to survive, but when you need it to survive, it's even more compelling. But they didn't get really a chance to talk much. Daryl came in, took care of it.
Now, maybe I'm mercy to judgment here. Maybe, Morales might show up in the next couple of episodes in flashbacks, or maybe we see him with the Saviors and with Negan. But, if we don't, then I don't understand why they hyped it up that much. I think they could have done so much with Morales if they would have let him live a little bit longer. Maybe, become Negan's next right-hand man or something like that.
It's like, okay, at least one of Negan's guys was a former friend of yours. How weird is that? And Daryl coming in and going, yeah, I know he is. Doesn't matter one little bit. And that's it. It doesn't matter who he was, that he was part of us. What he's doing in this moment, gotta go. He and Tara and Morgan are not tolerating leaving these people alive.
Yeah, and so with all that, who are you for? Team Tara or Team Jesus? Let him live or let him die?
I can see both points of view. It's the, I mean, if you want to just go on the side of safety, forget humanity, forget what it is you're fighting for, creating a new life, civilization, the safe bet is to kill him. But again, these people just need to be a part of something, and they can easily be, or at least a lot of them could be, part of Alexandria, part of Hilltop, part of the kingdom. And see, in retrospect, what really went on. Maybe, I don't know. But it's tough, because I really like Jesus. And he really had the high ground in that fight.
Oh, that was epic. I love that fight between him and Morgan. I think it was great. And it showed really how passionate Morgan is. I call him Terminator Morgan after 2 weeks ago.
Well, no, he was out of his mind. He didn't even freaking know what he was doing.
Yeah, he said, I ain't right. Remember, he said, I ain't right.
Yeah, when he realized he was holding his stick to Jesus' throat, he was like, what? Like, how did I get here? He was gone. Jesus was right on. Jesus had his wits about him.
Yeah, that was one of those moments. See, I think Morgan gets those moments where he just gets so angry that he just blacks out. That happens to people sometimes.
I know, but can't they be done doing that to Morgan? Didn't he already do this? We had the Morgan crisis and the Carol crisis, and I thought we were done. Everybody gets to have a crisis.
Yeah.
But this one's too soon. But
let's see.
You know what I think is probably going to happen, because this just gets more brutal, is that they're going to err on the side of humanity, and it's going to backfire, and rumors are flying about what might happen. There's that question about, is that Judith or Gracie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
that theory kind of holds up, because in the Old Man Rick flash forwards, you see the exact same doll that Gracie had in her crib.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And Chandler's sporting a new haircut today.
Oh.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Is it shorter?
In the back. It's like all of the back. It's way short. And then the bangs are still there, but...
Oh, yeah, it kind of resembles the comic book, right? A little bit.
I don't know. I'd have to look. You know. Okay, maybe just Carl gets a haircut. I did freak when I saw Lauren Cohen with new hair, and I thought they were going to kill Maggie. And all that really happened was she got a haircut. Yeah, so.
She more so resembles her counterpart in the comic book, really, now. Because that's essentially how Maggie looks now in the comic.
Well, I don't know, but everybody's complaining she should look more pregnant by now.
Yeah, I've been complaining about that.
Yeah, she should.
I'm like, what
baby
kind of, what's the timeline? What's the timeline?
All right, first kid, you know, maybe you don't pop, visibly for like 4 months. You know, I don't really know how much time it's been, but we've seen weeks and more weeks and more weeks. All those delivery weeks. Although some of them may have just been overlapped. Like delivery from the kingdom, delivery from Alexandria, or pickup, whatever.
And don't you just love
Judith got bigger.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw her briefly. I think we saw Judith briefly in the season premiere. We haven't seen her since, though.
Right. Yeah. She was bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely bigger.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. I don't think we saw any baby with Maggie in the flash forwards with Rick, did we?
I didn't see any.
I don't think we did.
What do you mean? You mean
the old
table?
Man Rick?
Oh.
Old Man Rick. Old Man Rick.
Yeah, Maggie wasn't in that. So it wasn't Maggie's kid. Didn't look like Maggie's kid.
Who
we won't see this season at all. We're assured.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a long pregnancy. I mean, they said in our time, she's been pregnant for 2 years. And Negan's been on the scene for 18 months in our time. Not the show's plot time.
Right. Yeah. Oh, we lost Amy. Oh, well. What I was going to say was, hey, don't you just love, King Ezekiel and his confidence? I mean, he that big grin on his face. He's like, we will lose not one of our right this day.
Mm-hmm. And it kept working out until it didn't.
Yeah, when they got to Gavin's compound. Remember, they had Jared captured. That was the guy that killed the kid, remember?
That guy with long hair?
Yeah.
Was taunting him?
Yeah. And Morgan has the kid's armor. Morgan is wearing the kid's armor. Because remember, Jared mentioned about that armor looking small on Morgan. I mean, Morgan just snapped. I mean, when oh man.
Yeah, Morgan's losing his crap. He's losing it. I mean, but overall, I mean, I just felt like this episode just didn't have a lot of surprises. I mean, you knew when Morales clicked the gun at the end of the last episode that Rick wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
You're pretty damn sure he's not going to die. And just too much of it was pretty predictable. And I don't know. I don't know. I fight faster. We
because
we've
been on.
Gabriel and Negan.
We've been at the whole, first shot of the war with Rick and the gang since episode 1. I mean, it dragged out the 3 episodes, and I'm wondering if it's going to drag out again for tomorrow night's episode.
I'm going to drag through this whole 8 episodes.
The first half?
Probably. Yeah. Probably, but I think by then it'll be like, careful what you wish for. We're going to see some action, and it may not be so great. It probably will be cliffhangery. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I don't think like that whole thing you just said about Ezekiel not one of our ranks. It's almost like he just jinxed everybody.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think he did, and then of course Gregory finally showing up at Hilltop.
Hey, you had a problem with that, Ellen.
I literally lost my attention span. Yeah, I just like boring, can't listen to you. And then I realized I hadn't been paying attention. I had to go back. I actually took a break for a while, went back, but I loved Maggie in that scene.
Yep.
I'm surprised she let him in. I'm surprised that she let him in. I think I don't think that was the wrong thing to do. I think that was the wrong thing to do. Do not let Gregory in.
That screams plot device.
Yeah.
There's he's not worth killing. Yeah. We need him for stuff that's happening in the future is what this is. Mm-hmm. He already admitted that he went to snitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to play it off like, well, he already knew. But that brings up another thing, because apparently the general consensus is that there's a mole within this group of the three communities fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I saw a headline about that, one person came to mind. And she was one of the suggestions, and it's that woman, Diane.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
like,
Diane.
Why is she around so much?
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the first season we've seen Diane, or at least be a main character, because before she's like, in the background.
Yeah.
But even when Morgan was freaking out, you could always see her in the background. Like behind him, and she had some lines and she did stuff, and it's not the first episode, and she was one of the suggestions, and it was one of the first things I thought of, because it's a little curious why she's hanging around so much.
Yeah,
she's not bonding with any one person in particular, she's just there. Also predictable was Eric dying.
Yeah,
I kind of figured that.
I think we kind of saw that coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
very sad though.
Yeah, I felt
I wasn't sad. Yeah. I wasn't sad. I mean, he was just in the background for the most part of the season. He didn't really become full fronter until this whole war started. So, but I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a relationship between Jesus and Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think they're building towards that.
That's logical. They're both chill.
Well, I thought it was interesting was the walkers when they came upon Jesus and Morgan and them, they were rolling down the hill.
Oh, I love that scene.
When they used the walkers rolling down the hill as
the rolling
weapon?
walkers scene. That was great.
Yeah, that was clever. That was clever.
It was. It was.
The fight was more fun than I thought. I didn't want to see them fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how Jesus was just like, he was the mature, calm one. Are we done yet? Okay, maybe not. And he did what he had to protect himself, but, was just trying to see if, Morgan would get it out of his system.
Yeah. Well, there's that conflict between Jesus and Tara. I mean, Tara, would not show them any mercy.
Right.
Jesus is like, there's a better way. We don't have to kill them.
Exactly. And there's Tara. She's pointing the gun and pretending she's shooting the prisoners.
Yeah.
She hates having them alive.
Yeah.
I get both points of view.
I think it's going to hurt them in the long run.
Difficult.
I think it's I think it's going to be a plot device. I think they're going to get released, and there's going to be a mass exodus of characters in this season.
And there's going to have to be at some point, right?
Yeah, I think a majority of the characters is probably going to get killed off by the end of the season.
Yeah, one thing I thought was interesting when Rick was talking to Morales is that he killed Glenn, referring to Negan.
Yeah.
In front of his pregnant wife. And then Morales realized, oh, you mean the widow?
Well, no, Rick told him that that's what they mean by the widow. That's who it was, Glenn's wife. And Morales didn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Because Morales, has been living with Negan and gets the Negan side of the story, and that's the middle of the night outpost murder. Mass murder.
Yeah, Morales told Rick that Negan told him to keep Rick, the widow, and the king alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't kill unless necessary. So that was interesting. The 3 leaders. And Carol didn't have a word in this episode. She smiled.
Yeah.
She walked around. She shot her weapon. Oh, no. Actually, she did. Toward the end, she was the one to talk to Ezekiel about sweeping the compound they were at.
Oh, yeah.
She did. Never mind.
Prediction last week. I think they're going to have Keen, Ezekiel, Carol. I think they're building towards that. I think they're going to build towards a relationship between Ezekiel and Carol.
Yeah, because there were those who say, "Oh, it'd be Daryl and Carol," but I think they're more brother and sister than anything else.
Yeah, we have never even seen Daryl be interested in anybody, so we don't even know what floats his boat.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
People talk about Daryl as maybe being closeted, and it would make a lot of sense because if he were gay, there's no way he could come out to Merle. He'd have to play straight.
Yeah.
Because Merle would make him miserable.
Yep, because we know how Merle was. He was very, anti-homosexual, very right-wing. Yeah.
He had a lot of isms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did.
Just racism and sexism and you name it.
Robot Chicken, the musical number from Robot Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
It's Merle.
That was great. Of course, we talked about before, what was great was they got all the cast members, to come back for that. That was pretty funny.
I don't even remember if I watched the preview for tomorrow. God, tomorrow's Sunday already.
I probably did. I just forgot it. I probably forgot it. It's tomorrow night is some guy. The plot is the M2 heavy machine gun in the Savior arsenal proves to be a giant hurdle as the war continues between the militia and the Saviors. So they got a name now. They're called the Militia.
Huh.
I think that's the entire that may be the entirety of all the 3 groups.
Yeah, Alexandria, Hilltop, and Kingdom.
Yeah.
We have strategy. So yeah, they have strategy too, and they have a mole. And I think it's Diane.
Yeah, after you say that, I think it is Diane too. I completely agree with that. Because she's just been in the background for so long, and now she's stepped up.
Remember when they were getting ready for a battle, and I think she was talking to Aaron, saying something like, "I've got your back. We've got your back," something like that. And he says, "We just met," and she's like, "We all just met." Like, why was that scene there?
Yeah.
Was it to show that okay, these groups can work together, but Diane keeps popping up, and there doesn't seem to be anything else going on with her except that she's there.
Yeah, and what's going to happen with, Shane and I, we were talking last week about what will happen if Negan finds out about Dwight being a spy, and let's say, he's not going to give him the iron because he's already given him the iron. He may Lucille him or do something to him if he finds out.
It's going to be a good old Lucille.
But if he plays his cards right, Dwight, as this video I watched about like who might be the mole, he's poised to be to stay with the winning team. whichever it is, if he does it right.
Mhm.
Rick wins, and he's got a new family. Negan wins, he's still Negan.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's going to work out for him.
And what's going on with Eugene? We only saw Eugene in the very first episode.
Oh, I don't know. He's probably busy making bullets or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Negan has to find out that Eugene was the one that gave Shasta the pill.
Yo.
It's got to happen.
He was suspicious about it at the time.
He was.
He was.
Weird. It was a little weird about that with Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was interesting with Daryl. You know, I mean, Rick is trying to talk to the guy who was shooting at them near the end there. And the guy comes out, and Daryl just pops him.
That was the thing, yeah. And Rick, and he's trying to, yeah, like I said, fight for something.
Mm-hmm.
And a man's word means something.
Yeah.
And they were gonna, and Rick, I think, was very sincere. We'll give you a car, we'll let you go. You tell us what we need to know, and you're out of here. And the guy cooperated. And Daryl's just like,
that scene remind me of Breaking Bad when Todd shoot the kid.
Oh yeah.
Very, very reminiscent of that.
Very similar, yeah.
But only, you know, to Rick, Daryl just totally blew. Like, there's nothing else in this world that's really worth anything besides a man's word at this point, right? And they agreed on that. You know, and that's the kind of person who could have assimilated.
Yeah.
Like,
and
get away
fun
from
fact, the character name is Todd, the guy that Daryl shot.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And that's like, you know, that's Tara versus Jesus. In that case, Rick is Jesus and Daryl's Tara.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see the parallel. Definitely.
It's going to be interesting to see if Rick is going to have a change of heart going forward, because you know he didn't want Morales to die, and he didn't want Todd to die.
Right.
But Daryl killed him anyway.
Mercy be greater than my wrath.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what he's striving for. That's what Jesus is striving for. Even Maggie can't help have a little bit of that, you know. Mm-hmm. But God, if she knew what Gregory really did, who's Gabriel? I don't even know who that is. Well, he's a priest. He's a priest. He's wearing the collar.
He knew.
It's really hard to miss. Why don't you take that car, go back and get him, and then we'll let you in? Mm-hmm. That's what she should have said.
Yeah. I think Gregory was full of bull at the
okay, obviously was.
Just so he can get back in.
He was lying, right? We knew we knew stuff that he was lying about.
Yeah.
So we have no reason to assume the rest was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I agree. It's just, you know, when Gregory, he Xander Berkeley is really playing the Weasley character to a T. I mean, he's just really doing a great job with it.
I mean, I'm like, you know, way back in the first episode, I'm like, you know, someone from the hilltop could have killed Gregory right then and there, then and there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
because they've already established that Maggie is already head of the hilltop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gregory's lost control of that.
Yeah, so it's like what do we need Gregory around for?
Exactly.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Shane, it could be a plot device type thing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason to keep him around.
Mm-hmm. Unless Gregory might be the mole. I mean, we've seen that before. We've seen him going to Negan before.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe he's going to be there and he's going to get some more information and then report back to Negan somehow.
Well, I think they're going to be very careful to keep him out of the loop so he won't know what the hell is going on. But Diane She knows the plan. She's in it.
Yeah.
Although she would have to be able to, you know, get back to Negan or to somebody. Right now, nobody's communicating with Negan.
Yeah.
As far as we, I mean, he's still in that container with a horde getting bigger, so they have to deal with that at some point. I think, yeah, maybe things are getting a little too unwieldy. I really enjoy all the different characters. I mean, but like things like we don't even see the Garbage Pail Kids right now because they're
the scavengers. They have not.
Well, we did see someone. Maybe it might be the Saviors, but at the next to the end, you know, people start shooting at Ezekiel. I think at the some kind of they went to the tower to get the guns, but then they fired down.
And I'm sure that's Savior, and I'm sure that's Tip-Off.
That's Gavin and his group.
Yeah, so it has to be both the Saviors and the Scavengers. I mean, they're out there somewhere.
Yeah,
it's
still.
Well, the Scavengers don't do something for nothing.
Yeah, and then we still got to see Oceanside and
otherwise
that group.
Yeah, is Oceanside going to come back? That's
And even within the groups we see, we don't see everybody. There was no Carl. There's no Michonne. I could, go on and on. Who wasn't there?
We have not seen Rosita this season. She's still. Was she wounded?
She's no, she's at Alexandria.
I know.
Rick Coder to stay at Alexandria.
Well, she was wounded though, wasn't she? Wasn't she wounded at the end of last season?
She did. She got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was wounded, so she did that. So it's interesting. What is the timeline? Now I talked to Rick Toriola, who's a big Walking Dead fan, and he said that the timeline it's like it's only been a couple of years. It's at this point in the timeline it's 2012. So it's kind of like with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was set over a 2-year period, 18-month period, something like that.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
50 to 52.
So,
and it took 5 years to tell it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Extra with Better Call Saul, which is great, fantastic. Love Better Call Saul.
Yep. I can't wait till it comes back.
Oh my goodness, a movie is coming out. I'm really, really, really happy about it. Stars Meryl Streep. I'll go see anything with Meryl Streep. Tom Hanks. Yay, those two together. I see Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story is in there, and Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
sweet.
Comes out in January. The Post.
Well, yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It might be good. Hopefully it's good. Anything with Tom Hanks in it. I mean,
anything with Meryl Streep.
He hasn't had a...
Sarah Paulson was also Marcia Clark in People vs. O.J. Simpson.
Right. She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving American Horror Story. This week is the finale of the season. And that's going to be...
Who was it? John Carroll Lynch was on that. Was on American Horror Story, wasn't he?
Who's he?
Eastman.
Yeah, he was the clown.
Yeah, he was the clown.
Oh, the what's his name? The clown, Twisty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Twisty the clown.
He was Twisty the clown. Yeah.
All right.
That was John Carroll Lynch. Yeah.
Holy crap! Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now I see it. That's cool. Yeah, Twisty's been around, I think, a little bit in this season. Thought I saw him. His comic books. There's a comic book series in the season about him. They're definitely there. Interesting. But I just hope tomorrow surprises me and nothing surprised me. And I could see the setups. And it's like they're not being clever enough. And you know, you always have to outdo yourself with gore every once in a while, which I don't know, because they kept doing that. Every time I thought that they reached a limit and they couldn't gross me out more, it was like getting to when Bob was getting eaten. It was like all of a sudden that was a new high. Well, that's been surpassed, obviously, by Abraham and Glenn.
Yeah, it has.
That was the.
And they said because of that, they're going to have to tone it down a little bit, which I think is just insane. Right. Yeah.
People stop watching.
Yeah, and you can see that with the ratings. I mean, I'm a ratings freak, and you know, I think last week they drew in like an 8.5, and usually it's like, you know, in the double digits.
Have these friends, we used to watch it with them, and I didn't know till recently. We hadn't seen it with them in a long time, and I found out they haven't watched since that episode. I mean, they're into it, comics and all. They loved it, and they got to that episode and were done. They just, I don't think it was a conscious decision, but they just never bothered after that. I guess it just made them too sad. I don't know. I always argued it really wasn't the gore. It was the the victims of the gore.
Yeah.
Because, all right, we were seeing some pretty gross things today. The guy bit in the head, and blood shooting out of his, you know. And the walkers are never exactly pretty. That was rough because they were two characters that people loved, especially Glenn.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and this is the first season without Glenn, so it's going to be kind of weird not seeing him on there.
Well, the first full season without Glenn, we saw him at the
first full season.
Yeah, we saw him at the start of last season, but then, of course, we saw what happened to him. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
So, any predictions for tomorrow?
Oh gosh,
I mean, we've got to get back to that container.
We have to. We need to see some Negan. We need Negan.
Yeah. We've been Negan-less the last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Needs to see some Carl and Michonne and what's going on with this baby.
Yeah.
Gracie.
Yeah.
Because Gracie's still at the outpost.
No, remember Aaron took her to Hilltop.
Oh really? I didn't see that. I must have missed that.
And he was like, please, you know, Eric and I were gonna go and update Maggie. Let me take her. Because I'm gonna do it. I'm going. So Rick let him take the baby to Hilltop.
Yep.
Okay.
So Gracie will go there. Where Enid, I guess, will be the babysitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we might have some Negan in episode 5.
Oh.
Which is called The Big Scary You. Let's look at Negan and the lives of the saviors during the conflict through a familiar set of eyes.
Oh, that's
the plot.
Yeah. So
I think I'm going to reiterate that there's going to be a mass exodus of characters.
Yeah.
They got to kill off some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to trim
it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, very, very much. Because, I mean, if they're going to bring in the Whisperers, that's going to be a whole nother group.
Oh, and I'm sure they will.
Someone, yeah.
You're not going to be able to resolve Negan and just go live happily ever after. This is not that kind of show.
Yeah.
You know, so when Ezekiel, Jesus was talking about finding a way to peace. You know, there's war and then there's peace.
But going back to the flash forwards of old Rick, we do see him peaceful, and we see the Alexandrians live in peace.
Yeah.
I mean, we see them, you know, collecting fruits and vegetables, and you know, playing and everything. So something's going to happen.
Could be temporary, and he can't be that old.
Yeah, he doesn't look
He
that
just
old.
can't be that old. He got gray. Yeah, you can do that. But he's not that
Yeah,
old.
he's already have gray. He's already have gray
Yeah.
in his hair.
But yeah, like say it's 5 years, maybe. Yeah, you could go that gray at that age, but he's not old. I hate they call it old man Rick. He's not old. I mean, what is he now? Maybe 40?
At least.
Most?
Maybe 45.
At the okay. Carl's a teenager. Let's say Carl's 18. You know, he could be 40.
Mm-hmm.
He's not old.
Yeah. No, he's not. No, he's not. That's true.
Hopefully we'll see more of updated Rick. Let's call him Future Rick instead of Old Rick. Future Rick.
Or Dream
so hopefully
Rick.
See more.
Because these are visions.
Could that be all? Could that be all a dream?
Right, because some of his visions never happened.
Yeah.
You know, I saw an extended version of the whole, you know, family dinner thing that will never happen, and it was cut for time, obviously, and it was just more awesomeness and happiness. But so that can't be true. So who knows what it is he's imagining, or if he's even imagining it. Maybe they're just giving us a flash forward. We don't know. We don't know. Which kind of reminds me of seeing flash forwards of Walt as we got to the end of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, which is epic. Loved it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to relive Breaking Bad again. I'm gonna have to do this. This winter. This Christmas break that's coming up next month. I get like 3 weeks off, 4 weeks off, so I'm gonna have to all over again.
Yeah.
And then watch Better Call Saul.
Yep.
But any deaths that might happen tomorrow night?
Oh goodness. I don't know.
Secondary characters die in
Probably.
gunfire.
Yeah.
That's I don't suspect any major deaths like
no, I don't either.
Aaron from
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know. Now the mole, they said that it might be Gabriel that might be working with Negan.
What? That's another right. But I mean, then again, that confrontation, that meeting in the container, didn't seem like two guys that were already friendly.
Oh.
I don't know. I still think Diane, because I think Gabriel did get his shit together.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned this last week. I'm gonna have to redo it this week. Man, last week was Halloween. It was an epic time for me. I was Negan, and I saw another Negan. It was two Negans.
Great.
So it was Negan versus Negan. It was great. I had so much fun. So what do you guys do for Halloween?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't do
I
anything
rested
for
up so that I could go to all those concerts and kill myself. And now there's like videos of me all over the internet freaking out at one of the shows. Somebody took a ton of videos, and I'm like in all of them, and it's great.
Well, we had fun. You had fun. I had fun. I'm sure Henry had fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us tonight on this webcasting. That I think we got the main points in. Tomorrow night it's going to be called Some Guy. So whoever that guy is. But yeah, I don't think anything major is going to happen tomorrow night. I think it's going to be more of the battle between the Saviors and the militia, I guess they're calling it. And it's just going to be drawn out, I think, through the first half of this season. And then the second half of the season.
More of Jesus and Tara and Maggie chatting.
Yeah, I see that too. And then whatever is happening with Ezekiel and that there.
Yeah, Ezekiel had his balloon popped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little down in the dumps. Maybe Carol's gonna have to comfort him.
You notice that somebody threw themselves in front of him, you know. So we have members of the kingdom willing to protect the king, as it were.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Negan's got people like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to do it for here this week. Next week, we're going to be a little bit later. We're going to be around 9:30, maybe 10. The reason why is because another friend is doing a Bigfoot webcast, and we're hosting that. Me and Henry is. So we're going to have some fun doing that. But and then on the 25th, that's going to be on 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock would be at the same time.
Yep.
Now, are they going to do a break between now and Thanksgiving?
No, I don't think they are.
Okay. Because sometimes they usually, do like a week off because of Thanksgiving or some other holiday.
They didn't do that last year, though. So I don't think they're going to.
All right, I just looked at it, and it's going to be on the 19th. So, yeah, there won't be a break.
Yeah.
All right, so, yeah, we'll be live on the 25th at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
So, all right, that's going to do it for this week. Tune in next week around 9:30 or 10 for Some Guy, Episode 4, Season 8. And on that note, good night, everybody. See you.